Okay, hello YouTube. And we're back into making some questionable life decisions, I guess. So my plan for today was to work on a bit of a personal project. Like, to be honest with you, I did work, an entire day today. And then I decided, I also want to stream a bit. And so that means this is technically my free time, so I'm going to use it to work on a project that I really want to work on. Hi, oh, is that a cat? That over there, that's a cat. In fact. Oh, the object I'm trying to work with is too big. Okay, so I'll have to get back and make some changes to my model. So cute. She's really cute, isn't she? Like, look over here. She doesn't want to look at you. I'm sorry. She's a bit of a diva, and sometimes she just doesn't want to do stuff. Hi, it's me again. Well, welcome back. Hello to you. I'm also back, in case you guys hadn't noticed. So today's quite funky because I'm doing the thing again where I make patterns before I print the head base. So the program I use for this... Your mic is echoing again? I thought I fixed it. But thank you for letting me know. I shouldn't be echoing. No, it makes very little sense that I am echoing because every single microphone I have is turned off besides the one that I'm using. So... Now I don't know what to do about my echoing issue. Me watching My Little Pony and your stream at the same time, that sounds complicated. Kitty, yes, today I have the support of an actual cat and a fursuit cat. It's fixed now, okay. Then I don't know why I was echoing in the first place, because I didn't change any settings. I just made myself slightly more silent, because I feel like I'm very loud. Also, why are you getting up? I put you in frame so that you could be cute. You now have to stay there. Hello? This is so unfair. Now I just have an empty windowsill. That's so depressing. Sweetie, could you go back? Could you? She doesn't want to. Please, go back. Yeah, you could. Come on, go back. Go back. Kitty is helping you make fursuits. Yes, she's my live reference material. It's her fault that my anatomy is sometimes on point. She's also like moral support. And now she got stuck on the camera. Oh well, now she's gone. Why is my model just black? Something is wrong here. Hello? What's up with that? Oh, show patterns as distortion map. There's no pattern yet. Here we are. Not sure what was wrong with that. This program is quite... Vertex paint, it makes it black. Why? That's not supposed to happen. I need the painting, or else I don't know where to put the patterns. I guess I'll try to change the color space and then see if that works better. I swear every time I open up this program on stream, something just goes catastrophically wrong. Last time I streamed this program, it just crashed. All the time. Like every 2 minutes, this thing was crashing. Now finally that bug is fixed. But now we have an entirely different issue. No, it's still black. Hey Maple, how are you doing? Yeah, let me see if I can change something else about the 3D model I made so that I can somehow see the colors. I'm doing good, but I'm going to join on my other account. I'll be back. Okay. I will be impatiently awaiting your return or something. Okay, so I don't think there's anything I can change about this anymore. How do I fix this? I don't know what the problem is, so I don't know how to fix it. I'm back. Welcome back. Oh, your name also has Maple in it. Oh? Why did that happen? I mean, this model has entirely the wrong colors, but it has colors. I'm not sure what happened or why it happened, but I was successful in doing something. That was so stupid. Okay. Looks good still, thank you. Yeah, the colors don't matter too much, honestly. This program always messes up the colors so much. As long as, you know, the colors are in the correct places, I'm good. So, import. I should have... Oh, I forgot to name my objects, but now I'm too lazy to do that. This is also black. Why? Why is it black? Why did I import that? I don't need that. It's there and it's gonna stay black, I guess. Hey Stella, how are you doing? Okay, let's import the rest and hope that, you know, not everything is just black. So once again, it's just black. Oh, I managed to get color, very nice. Okay, I just need the other ear, and I don't think I need anything else. And then I can actually start making the patterns. Question is, which is the other ear? I didn't name these things because I'm a mess. That's the ear. And it's also black. Wonderful. I feel like if I just like switch it back and forth between solid color and vertex painted, at some point it gives me the correct color. Okay, so if you were wondering what I'm doing today or what's going on here, I'm working on a bit of a personal project. This is technically fan art. And I just wanted to have a bit of fun with it. Also, I realized I need this side fluff actually on the other side and not on that side. So let me see if I have that for the other side. Okay, this should be on the other side. Potentially. Hopefully. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I've been wanting to have a bit of fun with my fursuit stuff. I haven't made a personal project in years because everything is just commissions and pre-made sometimes. And I just really felt like doing a personal project. And I've been entirely obsessed with a certain character from a certain TV show. And so I thought, why not, you know, turn that character into a fursuit for kind of no reason other than wanting to. So here we are. And now I need to turn this into a pattern. Somehow I painted this really trashy. Okay. Usually when I make patterns, they are entirely symmetrical, but here they're not. Man, I'm so jealous. This is beautiful. My parents don't accept furries and therians, so I watch people who do. I mean, that's a shame. But also, at some point, you'll probably, like, be independent from your parents. So you can just, you know, look forward to, at some point, getting a fursuit or some kind of therian mask. Oh. How's your other suit going? So that one, I have too many suits. So for the tiger, actually, I can show you guys that. Oh, that looked like an earthquake. So I finally installed the ears. So what we're really missing is the eyes, and that's it. But I'm still thinking about what color to do for the lashes. And since this thing needs to be done in like 3 weeks, I'll probably take a few days to just mull it over and for inspiration to strike. And then the lashes will either be white or black or maybe potentially a dark red. So yeah, that one is going really good. Why can I not click on anything? Looks so good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, you know, sometimes I do Suits and I go, oof, and, but that one I'm really happy with. Why can I not continue this line? Here we go, now I can. What happened here? The program is just a bit confused. No. So there was a change in the program. There used to be like a line editing tool, and that doesn't exist anymore, and apparently I can just pull these around. But I like the line editing tool more, to be honest. Okay, I think this is okay. It's so glitchy sometimes. Okay. It looks so sad without the ear. So, some of these seams do need to be symmetrical, and I'm not sure if I can mirror those over. I've never really done like symmetrical stuff in this program. I'm pretty sure it's possible to mirror stuff over somehow. I also wasn't sure if for this costume I want the nose to be, you know, regular fur, or if I want it to be minky. So I'm still mulling that one over. And I probably need to make that decision before I make the pattern, but let's just, you know, be an idiot about it and not do that. I think the details will come out nicer if I make the nose out of minky. So I'll probably do that. Hello, can you put a seam here? We're on top of a model. Oh, that place works. This is so random sometimes. And so glitchy. Anyway, let me pull this one over here. This like making curves in this program function is super new, and it's my first time trying it, and I have to say I don't like it. I think white would suit it for the eyelashes. It'll make it more special, but it's your choice. Yeah, like my original design had white, and then I thought maybe with like how chunky the eyebrows are, if I make the lashes white, especially since the eyebrows are so low, it's just gonna grow together. That's kind of what I'm afraid of, and what I'm trying to prevent from happening. Oh, this program always zooms towards not where I want it to zoom. No, I want to touch the other point. This is so glitchy. I can't work with this. I feel like that's evil, but every single change the dev is making is just making it worse. Like, why? No, it's taking the wrong point. I don't know if you can even see that, but I'm trying to touch this point over here, and it's touching this point the entire time. But if I zoom in more, I lose the point. It's not on the screen anymore, and I can't really get there that well. Come on. No, it doesn't take it. Okay. The program has decided that point is not worth touching, and I'm not happy with that. I'd like to control the program instead of the other way around. Is that a costume, furry suit, or... yeah, so this will be a costume. It's technically a cosplay since it's a character from a TV show, but as a furry. So the character in the TV show is not a furry. But I had the idea, because I've read too much fan fiction, to turn this character into a dragon. And that made a lot of sense to me. So I should be able to mirror this. No, I'm unable to mirror this. Okay, this is going great. May I ask what show it is? Yes, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a Zuko dragon. Because I thought it would fit, and I'm slightly obsessed with Zuko. It's not healthy. So it's like, it's not a commission or anything, it's a personal project for me. Relatable. Yeah, he's like, you know. Thing is, like, I've, had a huge crush on Zuko when I watched the show for the first time. And every time I rewatch it, I'm like, oof, why did I like that guy? And then in the last few episodes, I go, oh yeah, I know, I understand why I like that guy. There's that scene in the cooler where he's sitting in that, like, cooling room and Sokka opens the door and he just looks up and then he blows out a puff of fire and I'm like, yes. I understand why I like him. Have you watched the movie yet? No, I was afraid. I was kind of afraid that it would be bad, and so I haven't. I also don't have the streaming services necessary to watch the movie, so that's an issue. But in like 3 weeks before the convention I'm going to, a friend of mine will be visiting me because we're going to the convention together. And she has the streaming services we need to watch the movie. So if I haven't watched it by then, we're going to watch it together. So, like, please no spoilers, but do tell me if you've seen it, if you think it's good. Just so I can manage my expectations. Haven't watched it yet, but from what I've seen and heard, it's great. Yeah, I've heard kind of mixed things. Some people said it's great, and some said it's super, super boring, apparently. My friend said it's good, like she's already watched it, which is funny because I'm the one who's obsessed with Avatar The Last Airbender, and for some reason she ended up watching it before me. I think it's because I talked to her so much about the show. I don't know why in this program currently this line is red and I can't click anywhere. Which isn't great. Also, you can't see that because the line is red on red, but how do I fix this? Problem is that it got leaked a few months ago. Yeah, I heard about that. I was thinking of, watching the leaked version. And I would have. I just don't know where. This object doesn't have a name. Why does this object not have a name? We don't know. Okay. Let's try this again and see if... Again, it's getting red, and I don't know why. But I thought it was really cool, even after it was leaked. There weren't really many spoilers. Like, I don't even know what it's about. Even though Instagram has been pelting me with Avatar The Last Airbender content excessively. Like, so much Avatar The Last Airbender content. Yeah, I can't mirror anything. What's the app you're using called? It's called PandaFold. And it's still in development. So I only have this because I support the dev on Patreon. And it's very, very much still in development. It's not great. like it crashes a lot. As stated, I can't mirror anything. Sometimes it touches like the wrong spots. Also, I cannot zoom with my mouse, so I use my second hand and my trackpad for zooming because I can't zoom otherwise. And it scrolls in the wrong direction, which is so ridiculously confusing. I don't know why that is a thing, and I'm not happy with it. Because I want to go up, and if I scroll up with my mouse, it goes down. So yeah, I think it's good for what it is. It's just not great. It has a lot of potential, let's say it like that. There's a different option. That one is called Plushify, and it's in browser, but it's also pretty expensive, and there's some features about it that I really don't like. Like, moving in here is annoying because I can't zoom and I can't move very well, and it scrolls in the wrong direction. Somehow, moving in Plushify is even worse. It's mostly because I'm on Mac. Like, none of these programs are really made for Mac. And so, yeah, that's why I'm struggling so much, I think. But that doesn't make it, like, less annoying. If I pay, $20 a month for a program, I want it to work. And I want to be able to move. Now everything is just red. That's great. Why is it red? Okay, that works. This is slightly strange. But yeah, there's not really a better option. There's another program that could theoretically do the same thing. It's called Clothes 3D, and it's made for clothing. But that one is $60 a month, and that's a different sort of number. I'd rather pay $20 than, 60. What do you use that app for? This app is made for pattern making for fursuits specifically. So what I'm doing right now is I have my 3D model here, and I'm painting on the seam lines. And then I use this cutting tool, basically. I need to save before I use the cutting tool. That's important in case it crashes. Let's put this on the desktop. Okay, so if I use a cutting tool, I can, this is now turned into a pattern. And the program basically says, your pattern is shit. If everything is green, then the pattern is good. If there's blue or red, then I have to do something about it. But that is kind of roughly how it works. And so what I'm doing is just, picking out the pieces, deciding what I want to do how. So for this one, obviously we have the huge scar, and I could do that out of Minky, but I don't want to. I'd like to make this look like an actual scar, kind of slightly disgusting and rough and leathery. And so I will be making this with latex, just like they do prosthetic scars for people. So this one will not be a pattern piece. This one I will just ignore, and everything else will be turned into patterns. That's also why I'm a bit annoyed that, some features don't work that well, because this is a super important step, kind of. And if this ends up not being symmetrical, I kind of have a bigger issue. And I do that for, at this point, for all of my fursuits. The tiger is the first one where I like finished it. Not the first one where I tried it. I've been doing this for my bodysuits for a while now and it works really well. And so I've decided I also want to do it for heads. And it means I have to cover absolutely nothing in tape because covering shit in tape just feels kind of silly to me. And I do not like doing it. Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks for making me have a good time. Sure, thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great rest of your day. I hope it was kind of entertaining, even though I feel like I'm just complaining today. And the line is red again and I can't click anywhere. Great, 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 great. Oh, there's a single pixel where I can click and now I can't click anymore. Okay. So I think I'll blend out the ear, whichever thing that is. And I'll just put a seam in the middle and then I will delete the rest. That sounds kind of weird, but believe me, it makes sense in my brain. Somehow. So this seam can go. Great, now I just need to connect all the other seams. So this one can go here. Hello there, hope you're doing fine. Looks like Zuko mixed with a dragon. It is Zuko mixed with a dragon. Because I have a slight obsession with Zuko. Or maybe a slightly bigger obsession with Zuko, who knows? What happened here? We don't know. Now I've been working a lot today on stuff, and I just felt like working on a personal project. And also I haven't done a personal fursuit in years, so Zuko it is. Why is the ladder stitch so hard to remember? Because every time I need to do the ladder stitch, I have to search up how to do it. I don't know. I looked up the ladder stitch once, and then I felt like I knew how to do it. So, not that I'm trying to brag. Recently, by the way, there's also the Hansen stitch. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like the ladder stitch, but apparently slightly better. And people said, oh, it's so much more complicated than the ladder stitch, and I was really afraid to figure it out. And then I googled it. And it's equally as easy as the ladder stitch. It's not harder whatsoever. I don't know who decided to lie to me or why, but I just watched a single tutorial and now I can do the Hansen stitch, which honestly feels really cool. I'm now a cool person who can do that stitch. Nice, so just for yourself another pre-made to sell. Sounds good. Yeah, maybe, we'll see. I don't think I can necessarily sell this because, you know, it's technically fan art. But also, again, I'm obsessed with Zuko, so I, in that regard, don't mind keeping him. But if I, for some reason, fall out of love with a character or anything, I would sell it. Just so that he can have a happy home. That was not symmetrical whatsoever. Oh gosh. Okay. Is that all the markings? Oh no, it's not. Most important forehead marking is still missing. I did that in a really funky way, but I think it does make sense to pull the red around the ears. The horns. But it will be much more complicated to do. But it will look good. Okay, so I'm gonna start this back here. I have to be honest with you, I've read a few fanfictions where Zuko is a shapeshifter and turns into a dragon, and that is where this idea comes from. Though the most famous ones, he usually turns into a black dragon, which is also really cool, but I wanted it to be red. It just felt correct to me. It's so hot in the UK right now. It's kind of hot everywhere. Though I have to say, today where I am at, it's okay. Apparently it's 28 degrees outside. It doesn't feel that hot. Don't know what's going on there. So all of this will be covered by horns. So I think I'll just... question, how far does the fur go? How far do the horns go? I think I should go around here. Looks fitting to a firebender to be a red dragon. Yeah. Also in the show there, are dragons. One of them is blue and one of them is red. And for him, the red dragon usually symbolizes the good. He has a fever dream in which he's confronted by two dragons, one of which is blue and one of which is red. And the red one is the good one. as far as I remember. I believe they switched that for the live action show. In the live action show, I believe it's the other way around. Though I haven't watched that far into the live action show. Remember the episode with the dragon dance? Yeah. Which is a serious bending form and not a dance. Yeah, there's 2 dragons, one of which is red and one of which is blue. The masters. Gotta go, we'll be back soon. Okay. Okay. So, are you touching? Yes, okay. So I definitely need some sort of seam here. That looks boring, but that is necessary. I love Zuko's voice in the German dub. Yeah, it's so good. Not that the English voice is bad, but the German voice is so good. I love how he just, like, these little grunt noises that he makes. Oh my gosh. I'm too obsessed. I like it too much, it's a problem. And I'm really, really happy that the voices came back for the movies. For the movie. It's not multiple, that was wishful thinking. But in the English version, the original voice actors did not come back. They weren't even asked, which I think is kind of rude. But for the German version, we're getting the original voices. And I will most definitely watch that. And continue to have a crush on Zuko or something. I also love that they brought the voice actors back for the live action show. In that show, I believe we also have the same voices for like Zuko and stuff. Not for Aang, he's like the only exception, I believe. Okay, so I definitely need more seams, but for now I have all the markings. Oh, now I really want to watch the movie. Maybe I have to see if I can get like a free like month of, where is it? Paramount? Going to watch the solar eclipse later. Lucky got a pack of those glasses. Indeed, Lucky. I didn't even try, honestly. I don't mind that much. I heard there's gonna be like another one soon-ish. So, I don't know, maybe the next one. Yeah, Paramount Plus. Yeah, I don't think I had a subscription for Paramount Plus ever. So I might be able to get some kind of discounted thing. I have to say I'm pretty happy with how I managed to sculpt like the bridge of his nose from the top. I love how bumpy it is. Clips in 2 hours, right? Yeah, I think it's in 2-ish hours. I think 1.5 at this point. Heard something about 7. But yeah, I'll just hide in my house like I usually do every day of my life. This is a really intimate angle. Okay, I'll check if the nose is... Nope, save first. Don't want it to crash. Save. And then let's see if the nose is a good pattern piece. Oh, that's actually decent. We have something that's really blue over here, but I don't mind that much, and here the blue I don't care about. So I think that might be a decently good pattern piece. Definitely needs something over here. In Germany, the next total one is going to be around 60 years. Okay. But we don't have a total one this time either, I think. I don't know. I somehow need to connect this... I nearly said bullshit. Stuff down here in a way that's logical and functional. Can I do that? How do I do that? Yeah, but it's 90% in the south. Yeah. I'm also not in the south, so... I feel like I should just connect this in the stupidest way possible. Like that. That feels fundamentally wrong. But it seems to... No, that is so wrong. That's just... It's a no-no. I hate that. No. So you can see the... I don't know how to pronounce that word tonight. Like the... Oh my gosh, what's the English word that I can actually pronounce? Shooting stars is, I think, the word. Those are apparently also visible. Meteor shower, yes. Yes. Yeah, maybe I'll see those. I don't need fancy glasses for that. This corner down here makes me so unhappy. And I don't know what to do about it. How do I fix this? Or I just ignore it. Push it like that. Do a cut here. I need a cut there anyway. I need to continue from here on over. Most definitely. Okay, that didn't make it better. I wish this program showed me where the middle was. That would make my life so much easier. But it doesn't. That is such an oversight. Okay, let's save first. Save. Important. And then let's turn this into a pattern piece. Oh my gosh, that's horrendous. Okay. I thought it would be okay, it wasn't. I guess I can just cut this in two. And then we'll see if that's better. No, it's still horrendous. Okay, I'll think about it. I think this like symmetry stuff is throwing me off so much. Usually I cut the model in half and I only work with half of it, and then I mirror the pattern pieces later. And I'm just now realizing how much easier that is. I think I'll probably need to go in here and then down the brow bone, is it? I think. Okay, let's save before it crashes. We've had no crashes today. That is actually very surprising. That's a decent pattern piece. Let's have a look at this one. Are you good? You're not great, but actually I can mostly work with that. So if I pull this a bit higher, we should be good. Actually, he doesn't have an eyebrow. He needs one. I forgot to draw that in. That was so silly. What's up with me today? This is what happens when I do a personal project. I just lose my mind a slight bit. Anyway, let's delete this seam, even though it's very nice. And let's draw him an eyebrow. Do I need a reference image? Probably. I should have one. Right, here it is. I have this single reference image. I think I'm just gonna freehand that on here with a pattern making tool, which is stupid, but I just can't keep myself from being a dum-dum. Okay. Yeah, that was the wrong shape entirely. Also, I think I want it chunkier. Okay, I can fix this, potentially. Thing is also, he has a very thin eyebrow, but something that's very much part of my fursuit style is big eyebrows, so this might just end up a touch bigger than expected. You guys need to snap. Yes. He looks slightly concerned, which is in character, so that's okay, I think. Okay. Do you sometimes doubt that your work will be good, only to see your doubt was completely unnecessary when you finished? No, that's pretty rare, to be honest. I notice when something goes wrong, like here, with the eyebrow. So it happens much more often that I realize something is off, and then I think to myself, no, trust the process, it's gonna be fine, and then it's not fine, and it's actually not good. That happens decently often, and I just think of myself as a bit of an idiot every time that happens. But yeah, if I doubt myself, it's usually justified. Happens pretty rarely that I don't expect something to turn out good and then it does. Has that ever happened? I'm not sure that has ever happened. I think other people would say I do that, where I doubt myself and then it comes out good. But I think, most of the time when I'm unsure, I fix something and then it comes out good. I would love if this was one piece, but it will not be. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So more the complete opposite. Interesting. Yeah, I think I have like too much experience, I guess, for that kind of stuff. Or maybe I just have the wrong personality to doubt myself in that way. Oh, hello. Welcome to the table, I guess. I've had that with one project. That was before I did, my fursuit making job. I was working in a prop workshop, and there was one project where from the get-go I said, I cannot do this. It's too hard, it's too complicated, I don't know what's going on. And my boss kind of wasn't sure if he should take on the project, and so he asked everyone in the workshop if he should. And I said, no, you shouldn't. You should reject this project. We can't do it. It's too hard. It's not our type of thing. And there's not enough time. That was the other issue. But he took on the project and stuff went wrong. I think 2 people got sick during the project. And so I had to do most of it on my own. And yeah, it went wrong. It came out so ridiculously ugly. And I knew throughout the entire process that it would come out ridiculously ugly. And maybe it was self-fulfilling prophecy. Maybe if I had been more confident, it would have turned out better. Who knows? I don't think so. I gave my best with the time frame I had and with the resources and skills that I had. But yeah, that's more of what it's like. Also, just so you know, the cat is sitting directly in front of the chat. So if you're talking to me, I cannot tell. Now she's moving. Great. What's her name? This is Peppa. What was it? The project? Okay, the project was a puppet of a panther. Have you seen Life of Pi, the stage production? In Life of Pi, there's lots of elements, one of which is obviously the tiger. And the tiger puppet is so beautiful. And so someone came up to a workshop and they said, we want that tiger, but as a panther. And I looked at videos of this tiger and how it was made, and I said, I can't do that. I'm not skilled enough. And again, my boss took on the project, and it came out so ugly. It was horrendous. And I blamed myself for that so much, because I was the main person who worked on it. Because so much went wrong. I wasn't supposed to do that alone. I just ended up doing it alone. Okay. If you want to see it, I might have some pictures. You want to see a really, really ugly panther? It was so shitty. I think we also made 2, which made it worse. No, we made 1 for practice, which didn't, have all the pieces. It wasn't as finished. And then we did a finished one. So here it is. And my, like, at the very end, my boss put in the eyes, and they are not cross-eyed like towards one another, but away from one another, and it makes that thing look so unfocused and dorky and unintelligent. I hate it so much. Anyway, here is the head. Look at it, it's so horrible. So the cool part about this is that it has like two faces that can be like switched out. One is a bit more grumpy and the other one is a bit less grumpy, which is like, the concept is kind of cool. It just for the most part didn't work that well. To have like a complete photo where that's not a person in it. Here's the like full thing. It's horrendous. I hate it so much. Oh gosh, so ugly. Like, what's up with that? Tailbone, I guess? Oh, I don't know. It had so many problems. So many problems. Some part about it was also cool. Like, here's the head, and the head can, like, the ears can tilt, and the mouth can open, which is really cool. And you can see, like, the different facial expressions, like more grumpy, less grumpy, stuff like that. I have like a video where it walks, but I'm not sure if I can show you that without... You know, I don't want to show you the faces of my like colleagues too much. But we have one video where we walk it and it just kind of melts. Horrendous, like the movement was so bad. Here it's in like work in progress, where it just halfway done, and I sculpted all of these like muscles and stuff. It started out pretty decent, and it was all downhill from somewhere. I did some good project at that workshop, but just not the panther. Like, the way it's just cross-eyed, I hate it. And the shape of the snout, like, look at what kind of snout I can sculpt today versus that one. Like, I sculpted the head for this one, but I got so much better. I could do a way better panther today. Anyway, we made like other puppets as well, and those turned out so much better. I can show you my favorite puppet that I've ever made, and I don't think anything will ever top that, because it's absolutely amazing. If I can find her. So many projects. So many pictures. Here she is. So, let me find a picture without a person in it. Still very interesting for an untrained eye. It doesn't look that bad. Thank you. I have to say, you probably see the mistakes better than we do. We probably wouldn't notice. Yeah, like the thing is also, like the people who made the Life of Pi puppet are absolute geniuses in their field. And the way that thing moves is so beautiful. And mine doesn't move like that. So that also made me unhappy. That's something you probably won't notice. Like the funniest part about it is that this panther is for production for a cruise ship. I think it's like Carnival Cruises, not entirely sure. And it shows up like twice, so ridiculous amount of money to pay for a puppet that's seen for like 5 minutes. But also it shows up like in the background in the dark and it's black. I'm pretty sure 90% of the audience missed the puppet entirely. Anyway, this is the nice puppet I made. I forgot her name. She's technically transgender, which I absolutely love. I think that's so funny. And yeah, she's an elephant, and she's also elephant-sized, so her shoulder height is 3 meters. You can see a teeny tiny person over here. And she moves in a really fun way as well. We crave for more project stories. The elephant in the room. Yeah, she is the elephant in the room. And like the funny thing is, she looks really small here because this is a giant arena. This is like in Hamburg in... I forgot what the arena is called, but it's huge. And so she doesn't look that big. But we can look at her like in the workshop and she just takes up the entire room. Like here she is next to like a standard height table. I think she came out pretty good. She's nice. Seen it on your website with a little story. Really amazing crafting something so big. Yeah, it was a really cool project. Like, I loved it. She's the second favorite project that I've done in that workshop. My favorite one is a champagne glass. I'm back. Welcome back. We're having a little story time over here. So we made a champagne glass for someone to dance in. And I adore the champagne glass. I loved it. If I can find it. I have the most random pictures of the champagne glass, but I don't think I have a finished one, which is a shame. Ten out of 10 love the movement. She can also walk. I don't think I have a video of the elephant walking, but she can. I mean, I have a really shitty video of her walking. So we have like this, if it loads. Where you can just somehow see that she's moving around a little bit. But yeah, none of the people in the workshop are puppeteers, so we're all not very good at walking her. Yeah, sadly, I don't have a picture of the finished like champagne glass, but I have some work in progress pictures. So the cool thing about the champagne glass is that it was entirely covered in glitter. So this is like the bottom of the foot of the champagne glass, and it had this much glitter, and after that we put on real Swarovski crystals. This thing sparkles under the light so beautifully. It's also like, this is also the kind of the handle of the champagne glass. It makes me so happy. Oh, here it is, half build. Where you can just see like the handle, and then up here is the actual glass part for someone to dance in. And just the way it sparkles and glitters, it's so girly and I love it. Anyway, now I told you a lot of stories. I hope you're not bored yet. Let's get back to the actual project. Amazing work. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, sometimes I miss it. Like, I like being a fursuit maker and, you know, doing this kind of stuff. But I also really liked being a prop maker. Sometimes I just, you know, want to make props again. Because it's a lot more diverse, I'd say. Like, fursuit making is very... You do the thing and then you do the same thing again and again and again. Which is nice and it's very relaxing, but it's also, you know, a bit dull sometimes. Okay, that's good. I can live with that. Good. Oh, that was supposed to be 2 pieces, not 1. Something went wrong. Why did he leave? So 2 reasons, or multiple reasons. The biggest reason was that I was done. So I did basically an apprenticeship there, and it took 2 years and the 2 years were over. Now the boss would have kept me, but the boss wasn't the best boss, I might say. So it was incredibly stressful, you cannot imagine. It was very, very demanding. And the boss expected us to give 110% while not paying very much. So at the end of the day, around the time where my apprenticeship was done, everyone kind of left. And so I didn't want to stay either. And for a while I did some freelance work for that boss, which was also kind of nice. Like I don't know, there's like Hercules the musical. If you ever watch that, they have a lot of fancy, like, I think they're gold glasses. And I made the positive for that. Or they have a pocket sundial. I made that one. That they use as a stopwatch. It's Hercules, it's weird. So yeah, for a while I continued, but for the most part it was just too stressful. On the Panther, for example, we had a 16-hour workday. We started work in the morning and we went home at 2 a.m. And I just think that's not okay. And I wouldn't continue to do that, no matter how cool the job is. It's also not legal, just to say that. Oh, that didn't work out. super illegal. Yeah, it's very, very illegal. And it's not the only time we had illegally long work days. It was just that 16 hours was the longest. We had, like, it was very normal for us to get to 10, which is still legal. We didn't take the adequate breaks, though. When you do a 10-hour day, you do like 2 15-minute breaks. Because everything else is just, you know, you're too busy for breaks. And on that 16-hour day, we also did 2 15-minute breaks, and I was so done with everything. And I told that on another stream, but we went home 2 a.m. It was snowing, the middle of winter. I was the only one who could walk home. The rest had to go by car. And I was so worried, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I hope my friends don't, you know, crash and die. Because it's frozen everywhere. Streets are frozen. Ice everywhere, snow everywhere. And I feel like I was never the same again after that day. Like, I deal with stress differently after having made that experience. Like, someone asked me in the chat, I think yesterday or something, what my longest fursuit making day was. And I never again worked, you know, that illegally long. Because I learned in that workshop what happens when you have these 12 or 16-hour work days. And I just learned I don't ever want to do that again. I'm not doing that to myself. So I learned a lot. I don't regret being there. I learned a lot about, you know, crafting and making stuff. I also learned a lot about how to, you know, maybe not be a business or maybe be a business, both. And I think my fursuit making business thing works in the way it does because I made those experiences at that workshop. So yeah, not unhappy that I was there, and I don't regret it. I wouldn't go back, I think. If I got the chance to like work at a theater, for example, I would probably do it. If for some reason that fursuit making thing wouldn't work out. Like, that's kind of, it's a cool plan B, but it's my plan B. If for some reason I cannot continue to make fursuits, I'll try to work in a prop workshop at a theater. I feel like I should just ignore one side of this neck. Like, this side is uglier. And just mirror over that side. That makes more sense. And I still have not fixed this issue down here. No, wait, actually, I can't fix that. I have to think about where the fur is long and where it's short. I haven't done that yet. Question is, do I even want long fur on my dragon? Huh. That's a hard question. I have a lot of dragon reference images over here. So let's see. I mean, that one I liked for where the fur is. So I think I want to go for long fur on the neck. So I have to think about where that cuts off. That actually makes my life easier. That's great. Yeah, I have no idea if that's symmetrical. I think it's not symmetrical. Also, this line that I see here in the middle is not in the middle. Okay, so this fur would be long and would run away from the nose, so that way. Let's see if this can be one piece. Oh wow, it can be. Very nice. So then the cheek fluff goes here, and that is long. And that's where the ear is. And then this should be long as well. Or make it short. No, I think I want to take this piece and cut it in two. So I want long fur here and then to curve around to here. Yes. I think that's nicer. And we don't need to worry about that side because everything is just a scar. This piece will not be happy. I knew it. But I'm going to ignore that. It's not that bad. I feel like his eyebrow might be too thin. Not for who he is, but for my style. Because I like myself a chunky eyebrow and that's not chunky enough. Oh. What color out of purple, pink, blue, white, green, yellow, or peach should I use for a candy thing? That's a lot of choices. Peach. Peach was my first instinct because that sounds fun. Why is that piece so wrong now? That it was okay. Last time I touched it. Okay, it sees that as one piece. That's of course not okay. Let's try again. That's better. Is that a cat in the window? Yes, that's a cat over there. She's come back. Can also turn the camera a bit. Now you can see her slightly better. She's very cute. Also somewhat asleep. I think I might want to have some sort of scale pattern for the neck. So I think I'll just put in something. Now she's turned around. I just, put her in frame a bit more and she's turned around. Where did the seam even... What's up with that? This feature is so glitchy. Oh my gosh. Now I can't touch the line anymore. Come on, touch the line. Okay, it wants to connect there and it does not give me another choice. So I would love to get away with as little pattern pieces as possible, but I might not. I should have marked the center line before exporting into this program. That would have made my life much easier. But I guess you're always smarter after making the mistakes. Yeah, it doesn't like that. It does not like that. Okay, I guess we have to do more darts. I would love to get away without a seam here, but I think I won't be able to. Yeah. Save. So I need basically to go through here. Which I always do. I don't know why I think every time, oh, maybe I can do without that seam, and then every single time I need it. Surprise, surprise. I think I missed this one. Okay. Yeah, that's decent. I might be able to get away with that. That's still horrible. That's really bad. Okay. It doesn't like to be moved to another edge. That's, I guess, good to know. I think it's easier to just delete the seam and put in a nicer one than trying to move seams around, which is not the point of this tool. Still decent. Oh, that's much better. Not great, but better. That's slightly worse. Nice. Oh, I guess I just have to put in another one. This is a very long snout. So I might just have to put in another dart. That's just, why is that worse? Sometimes I don't understand this program. That shouldn't be worse. What if I pull you up there and just cut it in two? That can't be worse. Yeah. Somehow that feels worse. Still green. I'm not sure if I even hit the corner right now. I wish the back of the mesh had a different color than the front. Hey Spade the Bat, how are you doing? Oh, it's this corner. I didn't notice that my pattern was so messed up around here. That's why it's so glitchy. That's why it's telling me it's wrong. Good, how are you? I'm also good. I am very surprisingly working on a personal project. It's a rare occurrence. So I'm trying to have fun while my program is fighting me. Oh no, it's still bad. It wasn't just that one corner that was bad. Oh cool, you use digital to make patterns. That's so smart. Yeah, it's a program that is specifically for fursuit making, which is pretty cool. And it saves me a bit of time taping stuff and a bit of material taping stuff. Though often the program doesn't really do what I want it to do, but, you know, sometimes it does what I want it to do. Okay, I think this is connected to the edge. What's it called? I would love to look into it. It's called PandaFold. If you want to get into digital pattern making, you have two options, PandaFold, and the other one is called Plushify. And for a beginner, I would recommend Plushify, mostly because it's free. Oh, so PandaFold you can only get on Patreon, and it costs $20 a month. So it's a bit of an investment, especially considering that it's not done and that it's very glitchy. It's worse than before. But yeah, digital pattern making is great. It's really nice. What is it doing right now? Your voice is so nice. Oh, thank you, Luna. That's very kind of you. I'm glad you like it. Honestly, I've been losing my voice a bit. Like when I stream too much, my voice just leaves me. So I've been thinking of maybe trying to, I don't know, get some vocal training just so that I can still talk after 2 hours of talking to you. Also, it sounds like it would be fun. I would love to be a good singer. And I feel like, you know, that would be helpful. If I knew how to, you know, sing and treat my voice correctly for that, I'd probably not feel like I'm losing my voice after streaming anymore. I think I'll live without. That's such a weird pattern piece. Why can't I pull you over there? Okay. I feel like this pattern is just throwing me off. I don't know what about it is throwing me off. Now this is okay, I think. That's still a lot of blue. But we're going to ignore how much blue there's still around on this pattern. So I probably need to cut this side in similar positions. So one was there. Then put in the little dart. Or I guess I could just cut it apart. Okay. So I'll move a few more seams around, and then I think I'm basically done with making this pattern. Oh, I lost it. Here it is. That's nice, huh? Maybe I should do that on the other side too. Actually, I did that on the other side somewhat. And it didn't work as well. Anyway. Okay, I guess this is the pattern. So now we have to give it color. First, save. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna crash again. Is this for a personal suit? Yes, it kind of is. So this is basically fan art. Because I felt like it. I worked a lot today and I wanted to reward myself by making more fursuits. Oh, it's Zuko. Yes, it's Zuko. I have an unhealthy obsession with Zuko. Love the avatar. I love the show as well. Again, absolute obsession. Did you see the new movie, Absolute Peak? I have not watched it yet. I was afraid that it would be bad. But I've heard that it's pretty good and now I'm thinking about it. I don't know, my brain always needs processing time for some reason before I can watch a new movie. But I will watch it. Next time you stream, you're gonna have a whole shrine of him. Maybe. You know, I was like... I was at Dokumi this year, and they had not a lot of fan art, but they had a bit of Avatar fan art, and I was so tempted with some of the stuff. Would you go into the theater with a suit? I mean, yes, I would take it. I would take it off for the movie, but yeah, if it was in theaters, I would. I don't know how that works. Like, how do you get a movie in theaters? because where I live, there's a super, super, super old, tiny theater. And I think it wouldn't even be that expensive to just, rent the entire room and be like, can you play that movie? Or even to ask them, hey, can you once play the Avatar movie? Because they're not bringing it to theaters where I am anyways. Honestly, that would be really cool. I don't know if I know enough people who would be interested in watching it in theater to, make up a group and then go together. There were so many references to the original show and very funny at some points. That's great. Now I'm kind of looking forward to the movie. I'll watch it at some point. What other colors do I need? Oh, gold, right. The thing is, Zuko is not the only character I have an obsession with. And while I was at Dokumi, the character I was most obsessed with was Fizzaroli, so I bought predominantly Fizzaroli stuff and a smudge of Baldur's Gate because I love Astarion a lot. So I bought she had a beautiful, beautiful print of Astarion, and I want a big print of Astarion, at least A2, if not bigger. And I have not been able to find a print in that size anywhere. And for 2 years now, for 2 separate Dokumis, which are giant conventions, I've been scouting for that perfect Astarion print, and I have not been able to find it. It's very, very sad. And so I found this super beautiful print, but she only had it in very small, like A5. And as a bookmark, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll get it as a bookmark. But yeah, I wouldn't mind making a shrine for Zuko. You can buy a body pillow of Astarion, or of Zuko, or of Fizzaroli. I saw, Fizzaroli has an official body pillow, I think, as far as I can remember, but I believe that body pillow had the exact same print on the front and on the back, and I just thought that was so cheap. If he had a different print on the front and on the back, I would have bought it. I would have wasted no second thought. I would have purchased it immediately. Can I show art of my Persona Boogie in the community tab? And also Fizz is a good character, I agree. I mean, yeah, if you want to show stuff somewhere you can. You can also do it on Discord, if you like. And Fizz is a great character. I really sympathize with him and some of the struggles he goes through, especially with how much he feels under pressure to deliver. I mean, he is an entertainer. I'm not necessarily an entertainer in that regard, but that felt very relatable. Is that a heat press in the background? Yes. Over there is a heat press. My nan uses a heat press. They are very good from what I've heard. I mean, yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. I had one from Cricut and it broke. And there was no fixing it, and it had just ran out of, what's it called? It's not insurance. Like, if it had broken 2 months earlier, they would have replaced it because it was still so new. And I just, have opinions about Cricut now. I think they suck very much. But the current one I have was much, much cheaper, and it's much better. It's very reliable. It's a bit wobbly, but it does its job very well. So I don't need to make a pattern of this ear at all, so not sure why I imported that. I want a pattern of this, but I'm not even sure if I should cut that apart. I could just, yeah, that's one piece. That's cool. Great. And then I need to cut the ear into different pieces. That's so cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I always feel like I live in the future when I do this. My nan also uses Cricut. She's really good at it. Yeah, Cricut is really popular. I'm at war with Cricut specifically, just because I feel like their products fail me every time I try to use them. What do you think is the future of suit making? Oh, that's so hard to say. Like, some people say the future of suit making is the suits becoming like more technological. I think what we will do first is trinkets. I think we're already doing that, where suits are getting more and more useless, in my opinion, trinkets. It's like another pocket and another pocket and another pocket, and hey, my suits can do this ridiculous feature that no one needs, or this ridiculous feature that no one needs. So I think that's what we're doing right now. And usually when you do one thing, at some point it just, swings back and we do the opposite. So my guess would be that for a while we will be continuing to do trinkets and technology, and then at some point we'll swing back and we will reduce all of those details and say, oh, my suits only have features that you actually need. That's my prediction. Maybe that's also my prediction because that's my philosophy. That's what I do. I'm not the type of person who adds another pocket and another pocket and another pocket because I think that's kind of useless. But that's just me. But also, like, suit making is very varied. There's always trends, but there's rarely a thing that sticks for all. For a while that was foam bases, because I think a lot of people forget that before foam bases, there was other stuff. There were other options. And then people just realized, no, foam is the best option that we currently have. And so then really everyone did foam. But I don't think that's going to happen with 3D printing, because 3D printing is not approachable enough for that. Though I guess resin bases never fully went away, even when foam became the most popular thing. Hi, confused Saturn Claw, how are you doing? My friend is a furry. I mean, that's great, I guess. Don't most use TPU now? No, not really. So there's still a lot of foam going around. Because the issue with TPU is that I can't blend out this pattern piece, it just stays. Hello? Oh, this one. Yeah, the issue with TPU is that you need 3D printing experience, which a lot of people don't have. And more like 3D modeling experience. This program is not having a good time. Oh gosh. What's going on here? I'm good, how are you? I'm also good. I'm fighting with my program, but besides that, I'm doing decent. I don't know how to fix this. Hey Cringe, how you doing? I personally use foam because I don't have a 3D printer. Yeah, that's a very common thing, right? And so while TPU is very popular, I don't think it will ever become the thing that everyone does in the way that foam did. Because foam is so approachable and really everyone can do it. And 3D printing is not like that. Okay. So I don't think I can fix that seam because the program is just not having a good time. So I'm just going to do a second seam slightly beneath that one. Which is a bit silly. But I think it's the only option I have. I think also like the TPU people, of which I'm very much a part, are very loud. That's the other thing. So when people do use TPU, they're very vocal about it. Which is justified in my opinion because TPU is very good. But it kind of like, no one feels like there's a reason to make a video about, hey, I'm still using foam bases. While everyone else has moved on to TPU, you know? So that's, I think, why it feels like everyone's doing TPU now. Okay, so let's hope that this fixed my issue. What's up with that? Okay. So, I was on this seam. And I was supposed to go around this corner. And now it tips that over. Why does it do that? Come on, no! Okay, it's still working. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think with fursuit making, there's also, so many hobby people. That also has a huge influence. Oh gosh, we're inside the model. We're still inside the model. I think fursuit making would look very different if there was no hobby fursuit makers anymore. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. I succeeded in drawing a seam. Oh my gosh, why was that so complicated? And I think I only want the lighter part until here. And then we most definitely need a seam somewhere around here. Hey Broken Scales, how are you doing? Wait, there was a cat. I thought it was a pile of fur. Cute cat though. Yes, we have cat support today. Wish I could pet her, but she's too far away. And she's supporting us with her cuteness. I'm so excited for this Friday. That's cool. What are you doing this Friday? That's got you so excited. Let's save. I'm going to get my first fur for my fursuit head. Oh, that's cool. That I imagine that's very exciting. You're lucky you're talented. I'm not talented. That's not how that works. I don't believe in talent. It's all practice. Love the fursuit in the background. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't like the word talent often makes people give up. They're just like, I'm not that talented. I could never be that good. No, honey, that's wrong. It's all practice. Okay, this pattern piece is not happy with coming into existence. What program are you using? So this is called PandaFold. I use this to make patterns. This is called Nomad Sculpt. I use this to make 3D models. And also don't take my patterns here as examples. If it's red or blue, then it's wrong, and I'm going to leave it like this. Because I think I can fix it later, which might be a mistake. I'll definitely sub. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind. Welcome to the creatures, I guess, that are my followers. Okay, so I think... Oh, I need to blend in this one. So these are all of the pattern pieces that I need. Now I can give them color, finally. First, save. So this is the color thingamabob. Where is the gold? I made a thing that was gold. And it just didn't save. Okay, duplicate. Gold. Save. So there it is now. So let me select gold and just click the parts. It would be much better if we could see this as show as. No, where is that? Patterns. Show as stability. Huh? No, show pattern as material with material colors. Okay, good. I'm saving for 3D printer and I got 600 money today because today's my birthday. Well, happy birthday to you. I hope you're having a good day. How much money do you need for a 3D printer? How much are you saving up? Because depending on currency, for 600 money you can get a decent one. I guess 1,000 to 2,000 to buy a good quality one. Yeah, it depends. Like there's like cheaper ones can be pretty decent depending on what kind of features you're looking for. I didn't know the 600 ones are good. Yeah, it depends on the printer. I bought a Bamboo Lab A2L and it's pretty decent. Has a few things that absolutely annoy me so much. Oh my gosh, but yeah, a lot of stuff about it is pretty good. Also depends on like the features that you want. If you want like AMS and multicolor printing, then you need to, buy a AMS system. So that's also gonna cost you money. And the program crashed. That's the first crash of the day. So that was actually pretty good, considering. I want a normal one for printing dragon puppets' teeth or fursuit masks for my first ones. I mean, if you want to print like fursuit head bases, you need a decently big one. Because I wouldn't, like, if you print it in 3 to 4 pieces, that's already quite a lot. I like to print it in one piece whenever possible, which currently is not possible for me because I made my head bases bigger. No, not new. That's not... I wanted to save. No. Now what I've done is gone again. That's so stupid. Anyway, I can get that back. Now save. Here we go. Okay, show pattern as material with thickness. Good. There are also some shops that print stuff for you, but I don't know how expensive it is. It kind of depends. Like, there's really professional shops that are pretty expensive, and then you can get a hobby maker to print something for you on the side, and that's, you know, pretty cheap. Do you got a tutorial? I'm scared to do my first one due to the fact I barely convinced my dad to get me foam. He's greedy. I have some tutorials on my channel, but they're for Kickstarter Fursuits, and the tutorial series is also not finished. I'm always happy to answer questions. I just realized I don't like making tutorials that much. That's the wrong color. Hi, I'm back. Welcome back. Oh, someone just knocked on my door. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Love the first tagger you got in the background. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's one of my current pre-mates that I want to sell at a convention very soon. I think Sky High Studios has a good tutorial. She has quite a few, but they're at this point a bit outdated. You take commissions? Yes, I do take commissions. Your mic is echoing. Oh, the echo is back. So the echo was here before, and then it just went away. After like a minute. So maybe the echo will leave us again, hopefully. I swear if my father wasn't so greedy and would let me buy them with my own money. I mean, kind of depends on how old you are, I guess. But, you know, at some point, your father can't do anything about your money anymore. Because you'll be an adult. And you can do whatever you want with it. I'm 12. Yeah, okay. I think it makes then a bit of sense. If you're 12, that your dad has opinions about your money. What's your kitty's name? This is Peppa. She's very cute. Wait, are you from Germany, Austria, Switzerland area? Because it said bin gleich zurück. Yes, I'm German. I was thinking about changing that, like my Be Right Back screen, but I also thought it would be kind of funny if it's in German. It would be like a fun Easter egg because I think people understand what it means even without understanding the words because of the background. So I thought, why not, leave it in German. I'm jealous, except I have 7 cats. 7 is a lot. I wouldn't know what to do with 7 cats. Like, I have her, and she is sometimes a bit overwhelming on her own. Even though she's only 1 cat. Okay, let's save again. How much does a commission cost? It depends on what you're trying to get. If you want to see a full price list, you can find that on my website. I'll have you know, though, you have to be 18 at least in order to commission me. So you will have to wait a few years. I have 2 cats. 2 cats is a nice number, I think. Sometimes I wish I could have 2 cats, but she's a diva, and she doesn't like other cats at all. She doesn't like anyone. I'm barely tolerated. Okay, I'm feeling paranoid, so I'm gonna save again, just to make sure. And then the next step would be to lay out my dozens of pattern pieces. And these will be printed. So let's do layout A3. Create. It's also my problem because I want to go on conventions, but here they are 18 plus and I'm a minor. Yeah, you're not missing out on much, honestly. Like, conventions can be fun, don't get me wrong, but they're not a must. Especially furry conventions. I always feel like, at like anime conventions, there's more stuff to do. Furry conventions feel kind of more boring. Comic-Con it is. Yeah, Comic-Cons are also fun. I mean, I'm a fursuit maker, I shouldn't say that, but I like cosplay more than fursuiting. Like, I like cosplaying at conventions more than I like fursuiting at conventions. And I like looking at cosplays more than I like looking at fursuits. Maybe because I spend every day of my life looking at fursuits. I don't know. I just made a big candy star and I'm going to make it into a glove. I don't know what that is, but nice. Can I make a candy for you? Can someone tell me what that is and if I'm pronouncing it correctly? I could just Google it. Why am I asking you? I know how Google works. I'm in front of a computer. Let me put this on the other screen though. Oh, those kinds of things. Speeded stuff, yeah. Googled it. I picked up beading stuff before Dokumi, and I did a lot of I call them enemy ship bracelets because they say mean things. Because I cosplayed Fuzaroli, and I feel like Fuzaroli would give out bracelets that say, like, you know, curse words and crimes, and I also did like sins. I didn't get to gift out that many because I didn't meet that many people. However, I'm also going to another convention this year where I'll probably also cosplay Fuzaroli, and so my goal is to give out all of this stuff there. Don't really have much experience with it, but I found it very meditative. Also, like, Saturn Claw, you said you were at a convention, and you're German too, so what Comic-Con were you at? It's one of my coping skills, actually. I can imagine. It's more productive than what I do, most definitely. I have a few, like, when I'm not doing so well, I have a few phone apps that I use, that I get into, that are, like, super simple puzzle apps, but I think beating stuff would be nicer than mindlessly doing puzzle apps. Because you have a thing in the end that's not just a digital achievement that you did a lot of puzzles, actually. The Leipzig Messe this year. Oh, you were at LBM. That's cool. I have not been to that convention yet. I really want to go. I've been meaning to for years. Because it's like an anime con and a book convention, and my mom is a huge bookworm, and so I don't know, 5-6 years ago my mom was like, hey, we should go to LBM together because we would both enjoy it. I was like, yeah, absolutely, and then we never went. So sad. Yeah, it's a book fair, but it's not just a book fair. It's like books and at least like manga, anime stuff. I think currently their applications for the artist alley are open, and I was considering it for a second. And then I thought, oh no, probably not. Shouldn't do it. I don't think it's the kind of event where I would sell stuff, sadly. Question is, will I manage? Like, I'm trying to put these things on, like, pages so that I use up the smallest amount of paper. I think I could probably spread these pieces out over these pages if I did it a bit more smartly. Have you ever heard or seen Twisted Wonderland before? I've not seen Twisted Wonderland. I've also not really heard about it. Is it good? Am I missing out? Hello, Katrin Ilse. How are you doing? What is Twisted Wonderland? Is it like a show or a game or something? Oh, that zoomed in much too much. Oh. It irritates me so much that this program scrolls backwards. I just can't. It's amazing, trust me. Okay. I've been getting a lot of recommendations recently, so... What are you making right now? Okay, I'm working on a personal project, which is this one. So, basically, this is a fursuit inspired by a character from a show I really adore. And so, technically, this is fan art or a cosplay, I guess. It's a game show and a book. Oh, okay. That might not be my thing. So I can check it out, but no promises that I'll like it. And so what I'm doing right now, because these two things don't look very connected, so I digitally made the pattern pieces for this fursuit head, and now I'm just putting them on paper so that I can print them. So not the most exciting part of the process, I guess. I have to go. I'll join the next time you stream. I'll probably stream again same time tomorrow. But thank you for hanging out with us and swinging by and chatting with me. And have a great rest of your day. Okay, so I managed to turn this into 6 pages instead of 7. I'm not sure if that's a great achievement, but I'm slightly proud of myself. It kind of reminds me of Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender somehow. It is... it is Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender. He is the inspiration. Very much so. Okay, if I print this, I have to get up. Do I want to get up? I guess I have to. I have no choice. Alright, bye, Satin Claw. Okay, let's save. Just to be safe. And then I can export those. Where was exporting here? Why is that so bright? Okay. Downloads. No, desktop. Head. Save. Yeah, I should get that printed. Okay. Save for last time. Close the program. And then I wanted to print different things. So I've been working on a bag for the tiger fursuit. I've been wanting to make a fursuit bag for a while now. And so I wanted to print the pieces for the bag. And then I can print the pieces for Zuko. I just have to put bigger paper into my printer. So give me a second, you guys. I'll be back in like half a minute. Okay, so the printer is loaded. Let me print that. And I thought maybe this is ridiculously stupid, but maybe this is smart. I could mirror this. Scale? No. 100%. Oh. Oh, that's too big. And paper size A3. Is that your cat there? Yeah, that's my cat on the windowsill. So, can I mirror this here? Media and quality. Layout. Flip horizontally. I think this makes more sense. Yes. Flip horizontally. And print. And then the other one. But that one doesn't need to be flipped horizontally. She is so cute. Thank you. It's a girl, a girly girl. Her name is Peppa. She's a diva. Okay, and my laptop is convinced that my printer is offline. I can guarantee it's not offline. This is a very typical printer issue. I think I'll just wait it out. Nothing else I can do here. So what do I do now? While we're waiting for the printer to print. Nothing, I guess. I can show you guys my little clicker keychains I'm working on. That's what I worked on yesterday. And I haven't done too much about them, but I believe today we have a different assortment of viewers than yesterday, so I can show you my keychains. So this is something I'm working on for the next convention. And they click. And we're still not printing. That's great. That's great. Okay, let me check my printer. Can I make you a candy frog? I mean, if you want to. I would feel honored if you did, but don't feel pressured. Okay, let me just, I don't know, cheer on my printer in the hopes that it does something. My printer is in fact printing. It's only like a question of minutes until we're having stuff I can cut out. I guess I could make some space for that. I'm not that effective at making space. Okay. Fursuit head is slowly falling, but that's fine. What colors? Are you asking what colors you should make your frog in? Do you want to make one that's inspired by Zuko? Because I would love that. Oh yes, I'll post it on Pinterest. That's an interesting place to post something. I don't think I've ever posted anything on Pinterest. But yeah, if you want to show it off, you can also do that on my Discord server. I don't know why, but Pinterest just totally went by me. I have a Pinterest account, but I've never really used it for anything at all. I know there's people who really love Pinterest, but I don't know, it confuses me. It always sends me down weird rabbit holes into places where I don't want to go. I bought a Hypermotion Tile commission for my first fit today. It cost 135 euros. That's a lot. But I'm assuming it will be worth it. Hypermotion tiles are really cool. It's one of those things where I think I would love to make that, but I can't really offer it up as a commission if I haven't made one before. And I kind of haven't got myself to making one as a pre-made or something. Don't really know why. Just can't make great videos, so it's hard to post on YouTube. Like posting on YouTube, I find very scary as well. I'm saying as I'm live on YouTube, but being live is different. Being live is kind of chill in a way. But editing is hard. I would love to make, I don't know, I would love to upload more content. I just don't want to make the content. I don't mind scripting, I don't mind recording. I just don't like editing. That's the big issue I have with YouTube. And with like TikTok and Instagram, it's kind of okay because you don't spend that much time editing anyways. But YouTube, there's, I don't know, a different expectation because you want long form videos instead of short form content. Of course, she's sitting on my pattern pieces. As if there's no other place for you to sit, sweetheart. You could sit anywhere else, really. There's so many options in this room for you to sit. You just decided, you know, the cat is taking over the fursuit. Yeah, she wants it now. But sweetie, it's not gonna be your fursuit, it will be mine. Can also, you know, you guys, if you want to see her, there she is. Now you can see her a bit better. I guess I'll just cut out all the other pieces first and then the one she's sitting on last. It's slowly but surely getting darker. Guess I'll just turn on the light. There we go. Sweetie, are you okay? Also don't have a camera or phone, so it's really awkward because it's a tablet. Oh, I can imagine. I already find it awkward to film with a phone, like to get it on screen, like what I'm trying to do on the screen and stuff like that. But at least for phones, there's good holders and stuff like that. Like I have currently my phone on a tripod with like a MagSafe holder and it just snaps on, and that's really nice. Wouldn't be able to do that with my iPad. I feel like I am only ever so slightly on screen. I could just move around a bit. When I was filming with tablets, I made a pillow tower to get the right height for filming. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain to start filming. You need some sort of setup either way. I have that over my crafting table. I have just a piece of wood and I put my phone on top of that piece of wood. It's not ideal, but it works decently well. I think the funnier solution is in my other workroom. So I have 2 work tables, one in the room where I'm currently and one in my sewing room. And the one in the sewing room, I have a projector mounted to the ceiling, and mounted to the holder for that projector, I have one of those microphone arms, just hanging upside down from the ceiling, and attached to that is then the camera. It's really flexible and I can push it around a lot, which is nice. But it's also a bit of a wonky system because these things are not made to be mounted upside down. So there's the option, the entire thing just kind of folds. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I have a feeling that what I'm doing right now will take absolute ages. At least it's not as many pieces as the tiger. Hello again, welcome back. I'm not sure when you left, but I'm pretty sure you didn't miss much. I'm cutting out pattern pieces now. And the cat decided to be closer, but also ignore me. Now she's offended because I touched her. Look, she looks like she wants to shoot me or something. Oh well. Okay. I hope you all appreciated that look into her mouth. You know what I really like at your stream? I'm also working on a craft right now and it feels cool, like working together. That's very nice. What are you working on? Honestly, I also really like that when that happens. It feels like, you know, co-working. Awesome. I also did a large candy, failed and turned it into Dreamcatcher. Also very nice. Dreamcatchers are fun too. So another crafter. Can I make a clown instead? Frogs are actually pretty hard. Sure, you know, make whatever is fun. Whatever you want to do. I don't know if you know what it is, but I'm working on a paper dragon. Oh yeah, I was educated recently on paper dragons. Because someone else in chat was also working on a paper dragon. Yeah, they're really cool. Sounds like a fun project. Makes me want to like make a paper dragon too, but I don't really have use for one. Okay, bye, cat. It was nice having you. May I see the fursuit again? Like the one I'm currently working on, or a different one? Just put him over here. There he is. It doesn't need to have a use. One of my friends made one based on their favorite character just to put it in a shelf to a figure collection of that character. I guess. But the thing is, I'm not a decoration kind of person. So, you know, making one for decoration is already a purpose, in my opinion. And, yeah, I'm not that much into decorating. And I need to charge the iPad. So yeah, I guess I could, you know, make a paper dragon version of my fursuit design or something similar. But I wouldn't even put it up for decoration. I would just have it. For no reason. That's always the issue with me, that I love making stuff. I don't love having stuff. I often get the question if it's like hard to let go of fursuits. No, it's not. I feel very little desire to have fursuits most of the time. I just want to make fursuits. That's why I'm kind of made for the job of, you know, a freelance crafter or artist. Because I don't mind giving them away. Hello, MS8K. How are you doing? I wish I could say all the live stream. Did you have a typo in there and meant to mean stay? Or am I just not getting the sentence? I mean, honestly, I enjoy streaming, so there will most probably always be another stream. But also, currently, I let YouTube just upload all the streams as videos. Of course, the disadvantage is that there's no fun chatting in a recording. But if you feel like you missed anything, you could go back and watch it. Not sure if there's much to miss. Just doing a bit of crafting here or there. What's the best advice you'd give to a newer fursuit maker? Do things twice. I know that sounds dumb, but if you're a new fursuit maker and, for example, you're attempting your first foam base and it's just not turning out, make a second foam base. You know, just chuck the first one in the bin and start over. If you've taped your head base and you've drawn on the patterns and it's just not working out great, start over. Chuck the tape and tape the head base again. Because if you're doing something for the very first time, it's probably going to turn out slightly shit. And by doing the individual steps, especially ones that are easy to do, like the taping twice, you're giving yourself a much better chance of a good result. Also, the worst advice that fursuit makers tend to give is, it doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical. That's advice that you can only follow if you're really, really good. Because you see teeny tiny imperfections and asymmetries that no one else sees. If you're a beginner, concentrate on symmetry. It's super important. And there's a lot of mistakes that you're not gonna see because you're a beginner. So fix every mistake that you can see. Symmetry, that's important. Symmetry is super important. And I have a tiger fursuit head in the background that you can't see currently. And the nose is slightly not symmetrical. And I'm 99% certain that most people are not gonna see it. At that point you can say, oh, you know, a real tiger also isn't perfectly symmetrical, so I'm gonna leave it. But, you know, if you're a beginner and it looks asymmetrical, then fix it. Where's the cat, by the way? The cat was here the entire time and now she just left. Not sure where to. I think she's confused. It's slowly getting darker over here because there's, you know, the eclipse today. Which is sometime around now. So maybe she's confused and she thinks it's time to go to bed. Oh yeah, the eclipse. Yeah, that was today. I'm already annoyed with it because I've gotten so much content about the eclipse and I listened to the radio today. That's a rare occurrence, but sometimes I have other people in the workshop and usually when I'm not alone in the workshop I just turn on the radio because then I don't have to manage the music. And every hour they would remind us, oh, there's the eclipse today. Don't look at it unless you have funky glasses. So at this point, I've been very much sufficiently warned, and I will not look at it, and I do not have glasses. Wish I could see the eclipse, but the area I'm in at the UK doesn't have it. I mean, there will always be another eclipse, I guess. At some point, there will be one over the UK. I'm not sure how good it is. Like, it's apparently pretty good in, like, this... the north? No, the south? I've forgotten. In some area of Germany, it's apparently pretty good. Not where I am, though. So, it will only be a partial eclipse anyways. Bro, my yarn needle just flew across my room and I can't find it. The way you say that, it sounds like it just developed wings and went on its way. I mean, fingers crossed that you'll find it. I think it's because it fell in my Red Bull. How does that happen? Now I have more questions. Red Bull gives you wings. Oh, I understand. Of course. It developed wings because it fell into the Red Bull. Obviously. I should have realized that that's how it works. I have a whole wall of Red Bull. Oh, okay. Like decorative empty cans? Or are you one of those people who collects cans to then like bring them away and to get big money? Yes, I also connect coconut Dr. Pepper. That's so specific. And that sounds questionable. Is that actually good? Because that makes me want to try it. I don't feel the need to try Red Bull. I think I tried it once in my life. And I just thought it was disgustingly sweet. But honestly, coconut Dr. Pepper sounds kind of fun. Oh, now I want a sweet drink. Should I get myself one? I could. Let me get something sweet to drink. I'll be back in a second. Yes, I love coconut Dr. Pepper. It's delicious. Maybe if I find it, I'll try it. Oh, that was dangerous. Let's hope I don't spill my drink all over the table. I have 8 cans of plain Dr. Pepper from 2 days. That feels like a lot. But again, I'm not really like a sweet drink person. So I have one maybe like a week. Though it depends. Sometimes I have phases where I have a sweet drink every day and then I just have enough of it. And then I don't have anything sweet for months. Bro, I have 27 new Red Bull cans every morning. Oh, like, how are you alive? Now my voice is leaving me, that's great. That much Red Bull just sounds like a heart attack. I don't really have, like, caffeine at all. Like, small amounts are not really an issue, I think. But for the most part, I don't drink it at all. Because my heart started racing once when I had too much of it, and it freaked me out so much that I just decided, nah, I'm not gonna have this anymore. So a sip of coffee or something is not a huge deal, and I think like a small can of something like Dr. Pepper would probably be fine. But if I drink, you know, a liter of Coke, I'm just getting a racing heart, which is weird. I'm actually joking, I've had any energy drinks in my life. Alright. I'm not sure if I quite believe that you haven't had any energy drinks if you have a wall of Red Bulls. Can you see the eclipse in your country? Yes, I can, or I could. I don't have the funky glasses, so I'm not allowed to look out the window today. But yeah, it's slowly getting darker. I already turned on the lights, that way we have this super brutal shadow going on. Because I don't have like soft lights. I lost my head case, it was right in front of me. You lost what now? Bead. Ah, okay, you lost your bead case. That makes more sense. But also you sound very much like me with scissors. I lose my scissors all of the time. And then they just collect. Like today, I tidied up my table and I kid you not, I found at least 5 or 6 pairs of scissors on my table. I don't even know how they got there. From Germany, we can also see shooting stars at about 9 to 11. Yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to that more. I will be looking out the window to try to see the shooting stars. Because those sound more fun than a solar eclipse. I don't know what's going on in Germany today. Or in the world today that we can see all that stuff. But yeah, I'm much more looking forward to the meteor shower than the eclipse. going dark in the UK and it's only 7. Happens. Am I the only one from the US? Potentially. I usually have a lot of Germans. Because I also make content in German, and because I'm from Germany and a lot of my followers are actually people I met at conventions. Recently, the entire chat was filled with Dutch people or people who wanted to move to the Netherlands, which was very funny. Because half of the people were like, yeah, Netherlands, amazing, I want to go there. And the other half was like, no, don't move to the Netherlands, I live there. I want to go to Canada. I'd like to live there or on a vacation. Because I think I would go on a vacation to Canada. I wouldn't want to live there. Hello, Sony Dragons. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Live there. Okay. Why do you want to live in Canada? I want to go to Poland. Why Poland? Felt my yarn needle. Where was it? Was it in a Red Bull can? Yo guys, I'm just sitting here watching this while making my own fursuit. That's very nice. I hope your project is going well. I always love it when people craft along with me. Okay. I want to go to America. I think America is the last place I would go currently. Not even on vacation. There's so much beautiful nature in Poland. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense to me. Like, that's a good reason to go somewhere. Though I guess nature can be really beautiful anywhere. Recently I had to take like a few train rides through Germany. And there are very nice places. I think especially like in the south, I like mountains. Like the north is like everything's just flat and kind of boring, but mountains are nice. Because I got so many cool people that are from there and I love speaking English. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Canada is also giant. I mean, I feel like Canada, not that many people live there in comparison to how giant it is. I used to work for a guy who was Canadian, like in Germany, but he was Canadian. And I think the only things he ever said about Canada was that there's a donut shop at every single corner. And that sounds nice. I only want to go to America for Glitch Plushie. What's Glitch Plushie? Wouldn't live there though. Yeah. I also wouldn't live there. Like, it sounds atrocious to live over there. Not sure what they got going on, but whenever I hear something from the US, it's just like, we can't survive, we can't buy anything, we're all broke and have 3 jobs. And, I don't know, like, trans rights are being rolled back, women's rights are being rolled back. I'm like, I'm glad I'm over here. It's not great here, but it's not that bad. Puts everything in perspective. Yeah, I live in NIV and there's like one park and then no nature. Yeah, okay. Depends on where you are, really. it is low-key kind of true. Like the stuff we hear about the US. Plushies. Glitch Productions, the people who made the Amazing Digital Circus Murdered Ones. Oh, okay. I guess. I mean, can't you get these over here? I forgot where you live. I've lost track of chat, but can't you get the plushies somewhere else? Like shipping to the US is pretty much impossible, but shipping from the US is actually doable. Or I guess if you have a friend in the US, they can like buy something for you and send it over. I live in a fire right now. Oh no, that doesn't sound great at all. Though, like, I saw like news today where I thought that's funny in a way, because I got like a news post today in my Instagram feed, and it said that in my area there's forest fires. I didn't know that there are forest fires in my area, but climate change, I guess. And the people in my area are supposed to save water now. Like, for example, by showering less, which is, hello, it's the middle of summer, it's super hot, you cannot tell people to take less showers. That is not the solution to this issue. I think we have to save the water elsewhere. Like, option 1 is water your garden less. I think that uses up more water than taking a shower anyways. Every part of Utah is on fire. Yeah. Like, fires are really, really bad currently. Apparently, in the same, news post that says that forests in my area are on fire, Spain is pretty bad, I heard. So, like, Europe isn't that known for having forest fires, but they're popping up everywhere. Bought from Glitch before. To be honest, the delivery wasn't that bad. It's just the shipping price. Yeah. That is true. Though honestly, like, I've done that before with fur, so I've bought fur from the US and from Germany. And buying the fur in the US is much cheaper. However, with shipping and everything else, it then ends up being the same price. So if there was someone who imported the plushies to another country, in my experience, you would pay the same whether you import it yourself or they import it for you. They just, take the money from you anyways. But I don't think you would be saving money by taking a vacation to the US to buy the plushies. Because then you have to pay for plane and hotel and stuff like that. And it was my first time buying. So I was like, is it even going to come? Yeah. I get that. I ordered something a while back from like a Chinese fashion design company, and not one of those super cheap production companies, but they make really nice stuff. It's a bit more pricey than I would usually buy. But they had a jacket inspired by Howl's Moving Castle. Like a knit sweater jacket thing, with buttons in the front. Not closed. And it was so nice, and so I ordered it. And I waited and waited and waited, and then the emails came. Oh, it's too late. I was like, okay, I guess, was I scammed? What's going on? And then after months and months, it finally came. And it's so nice. I love it so much. It's amazing. Like, the quality is really, really nice. But I understand the fear of thinking, oh, it might not come. I kind of wanted to go to Japan. Yes, I think a lot of people want to go to Japan. But I think, like, Japan specifically, I would only go if I learned the bare minimum of Japanese. It's different with other countries. But with Japan, I think because I've watched too many anime, I would want to really take my time there. Like, usually when I go on a vacation, which is basically never, but if I go on a vacation, it's like a day trip to a city to watch a show or something. And so I don't feel the need to really experience everything. Or, you know, I go for an event. I've considered going to like the Netherlands or Belgium or something for specific events. And then, you know, you don't want to experience the culture or anything like that. You just want to go for the event. But with Japan, I want to experience the culture. And there's so many like restaurants and stores and stuff where you can't really go if you don't know Japanese. So yeah, for me, going to Japan is definitely like a bucket list thing. But since it entails learning Japanese, it's not gonna happen very soon. It's maybe not gonna happen at all. When did we even go to talking about countries/lands? It was like about the eclipse and now it's a world tour. Yeah, happens sometimes. Why not though? It's fun talking about, you know, travel destinations, where we want to go, where we want to live. Stuff like that. I think honestly, if I didn't have that many connections in my area, which is mostly my family, I would probably go to Norway or Sweden or something. That sounds very chill to live in. It seems nice over there. I mean, I think the reason why we came up with countries is because people started comparing whether or not the eclipse will be visible where they live. But also recently I've been pulled into watching travel content. Do you want your clown to be a shaker, like it makes noises or not? Yes! It needs to make noises. That sounds really fun. Do that, if that's possible. I feel like especially with clowns, you need noises. Because when I think of clowns, I also think of like bells. I want to go to Japan until I learn they don't really care about death. And the gas from a bomb is apparently still there. I don't know about the death thing. I've never heard about that. I do know about bombs that ended up in Japan, but there's nothing left from those bombs anymore. That was too long ago. Not sure if there was one after those two. But also, I'm kind of like, I don't care about bombs that much. Is that weird? Recently, my train was late because someone found a bomb. I was like, oh, dang it. Did they have to find it today? They could have found it tomorrow. I'm slow, I've only made 1 foot. I don't know if that's slow. I mean, I've been cutting out pattern pieces for like, what, 30 minutes at least? So I'm also slow. They found a bomb on a train in Germany. I'm scared as shit now. No, they didn't find it on the train. They found it in like a construction site too close to the train tracks. And so they evacuated the entire area. But they do that all the time. Like, it's not big news if they find a bomb in like a construction site in Germany. It just kind of happens. Because those are from like World War II that just didn't explode. And so when they're digging up a patch of dirt that they haven't dug up in the last however many years, sometimes they find them. I don't take them seriously anymore since that once happened in the city I lived in. And I saw pictures of the guy who was like defusing the bomb. And it was just a dude in shorts with a ponytail who had a shovel in his hand, who was leaning over the bomb. He had no protective gear whatsoever. He just kind of stood there. I thought that was so funny. And since then, whenever they find like an old bomb, I'm just like, oh, that's fine. Not like anything's gonna happen. Or like the risk is really small that something's gonna happen. So small that the bomb defusing guy is not even wearing protective gear. Do you want it to have puppy eyes? I don't exactly know what that means, but yeah, sure. According to Google, yes, the 1945 atomic bombing still affects Japan today. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know. Though I can't, like, I don't believe that it's, like, too bad, because people live there, don't they? I meant one of the clan. Yeah, I don't know what, like, puppy dog eyes look like on a clown, and I don't know what the alternative is, so it's hard to give you a direction. Also, you could just go to a different area of Japan that wasn't bombed. Guess they are just bigger. I mean, bigger eyes sound fun. Why not? Pretty sure it would be off access where the bombing happened. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I go down weird YouTube rabbit holes, and I know that the radioactivity from those bombs actually disappears relatively quickly. Like, the most dangerous part is directly after, and then when, it starts raining and stuff, and the radioactivity sticks to all the dust in the air. That's the most dangerous part. But as far as I understand, it disappears comparatively quickly. But yeah, honestly, if it wasn't safe, because people freak out about radioactivity so much, if it wasn't safe, you wouldn't be allowed to go there. I'm pretty sure. And I think especially if you're visiting, it's not that huge of a deal. Like, people visit, like, Chernobyl. How do you pronounce that in English? I don't know. Anyway, they visit that. They just go there. Seen videos about it. I thought that was crazy. Because it's too radioactive to live there, but you can go and have a visit. You're just not allowed to pet the dogs. Because the dogs are too radioactive to touch. That was the wrong pile. Them poor dogs, though. Yeah. It's kind of fascinating. Is that why my dog from Germany is growing green? No, that's not in Germany, honey. Like, the dogs in that area, they are an entirely new breed because they are basically the descendants of pets that were left behind. And so these pets just, started making up a new dog breed, and they are very cute also. They are also incredibly inbred because there weren't that many dogs. As far as I understand, that is. I think they might be, like, castrating them, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. I know humans are intervening in some way in order to make sure that the dogs are okay-ish. I mean, you can't really adopt them or anything. That was depressing. Should we talk about something that's a bit more fun than radioactive dogs? Since we're on radioactive, have you guys seen the new Spider-Man film? The dragon I'm working on is taking years. It took 9 hours and I just finished half. I mean, usually when projects take really long, they also end up being really cool. Like the tiger fursuit I was working on. Or I'm still working on. Hi, I'm back again and I changed my profile picture. That's nice, your profile picture is so small that I can't really see what's on it. Me on a plane, oh nice. I've ended up with a lot of very strange pattern pieces. I feel like I have no idea where this one belongs, which is kind of weird. Usually when I cut out these pattern pieces I have a rough idea where which one goes, but not today. Hello geckos, dragons, how are you doing? I'm back, I had an emergency. I hope your emergency was survived. I don't know what to do on board. What are your options? Could you craft anything? Because crafting is always a great option when you're bored. Anything, to be honest. Like, that's too open, I can't help you with that. I'm going to draw. That's great. What will you be drawing? Honestly, I need to draw stuff again as well. I've been thinking of drawing some more stuff for like the artist alley for the convention that I'm going to. I'm just not sure what. Maple shade. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That is very in character with you. I personally do not know what maple shade looks like. So drawing maple shade would not be in character with me. My husband disappeared again. What's going on with you? Like, what? Where did he go? It's kind of hard to describe what she looks like. I mean, I don't need to know if you don't want to explain. I could Google. Or you could send me a picture on Discord, I guess. That would be an option too. Okay, so I've cut out all of the pieces for my Zuko somewhat fan art. I'll move on to some other pieces because I have more pieces. My brother and I went photographing the sun eclipse in Germany like 50 minutes ago. My brother got some pretty good photos. That's nice. Yeah, we're kind of like, I'm kind of experiencing the eclipse right now. It's slightly darker outside than usually. But honestly, it's not that great where I live. So I didn't really bother with like getting those glasses or trying to take pictures. I think it's better to search up because she has a lot of designs. Also, so there's like not an official design of hers. There's an official, but I don't think people really like it. Oh, that happens too sometimes. Random question, but did you watch The Amazing Digital Circus? Yeah, I watched the first episode right when it came out, and then I lost track of it. But I do have a Ragatha puppet. I made one at some point. She turned out pretty bad. I'm not happy with her, but she exists. She's also not fully done. I didn't do her little bow is the word. Because she turned out so bad that I didn't feel like finishing her. I can grab her for you if you like. So here she is. Well, part of her. Let's sit her down. she's like fully functional, so she can like wave at you. She can walk, I guess. She can, I don't know, bend down to look at the floor. She can be really sad. That's so cute. That's so cool. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, if I can ever get myself to do video editing again, I have the process of her pretty much fully recorded. I just need to edit it. But it's not that fun to edit. But I love making puppets. The issue with, puppets is that no one commissions me to make those. And so I don't have a budget when I make puppets. So for Regatha, I exclusively used stuff that I already owned. Besides for one thing that I purchased. And so her colors are entirely off. Which in hindsight made me really unhappy. Also, her joints came out pretty stiff, much stiffer than I wanted to. So her movement isn't that great. And movement is so important with puppets, and it's always so frustrating when it comes out not as good as you wanted. My parents might let me get an ESA. What is an ESA? Emotional support animal. Mine's gonna be a dog. Oh, nice. I mean, that's great. If you need one and you're getting one, that's amazing. Sometimes I forget it's kind of US thing to have ESA in service dogs. It's not like service dogs and like support animals don't exist over here. It's just that we don't use the term ESA. So I think that's what like tripped me up a bit here. I think it's not the like type of vocabulary that I usually use. It's the same with a lot of other stuff. Like I can talk to you about glues on end in English because I watch a lot of crafting videos and because my boss at my last job was Canadian and so he spoke English a lot. So crafting materials, yes, that is the vocabulary I know. Put me in a kitchen, I don't know half of what the fruits are called in English. It's like currently I'm drinking like this, and this is Pflaume cardamom, and I know neither of these words in English. No idea. Never needed those. Is that a pet? No, it's not. I don't know what it is. No idea. I think when I watch like cooking content, funnily enough, it's always very specific cooking content. So it's like that history cooking channel, which is not using the most standard ingredients most of the time. Or it's like fitness cooking content, which has nothing to do with me because I don't do fitness. I just enjoy watching buff guys eat. So is your original language German then? Yes, my native language is German. I live in Germany, I grew up in Germany, speak German, and I learned English for the most part in school. Wasn't very good when I graduated, and then I started reading in English a lot and watching YouTube videos. And that's how I came to being as fluent as I currently am. But yeah, there's like gaps in my vocabulary in very oddly specific places. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty fun. I think it's one of the funnier parts about knowing another language, that sometimes I don't know the simplest of words in English, but then I know very complicated words, no problem at all. Not that I would come up with an example right now, no idea. I once did one of those tests where you check how big your vocabulary is. And for German, I was incredibly good. I don't think the test was super accurate, but it put me really, really high in German. I know a lot of words. In English, it wasn't that high at all. In my school, I learn British English, but I mostly write and speak in American English. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're like, I think it's the thing in Europe in general that they teach you British English. And so I do that too, but very, very mixed. If it's a word that I learned in school, that I interacted in school with for the first time, then I will write it in the British way, if there's a British way. Like honor or something, color, stuff like that. But if it's a word that I learned later, then I usually go for the American way. And so like programs, typing programs hate me because I use both versions. And that's annoying. I gotta go see you. Okay, thank you for hanging out with us. Have a great rest of your day. But also I feel like when I speak, I do have an accent. I'm just not sure what my accent is. Some people have very correctly clocked me as German. I don't know, I don't hear it. To myself, I don't sound very German. Besides like some words. Some words I do feel like, yes, that is very German. But for me, the influences are a lot of British English in school, and then a lot of American English when I started watching more YouTube videos. And then my boss was Canadian, so Canadian accent stuff came into that as well, which is not that different from American English as far as I can say. But there's definitely a few words here and there. So I'm a mess in terms of English. But also, why is English so complicated? Why is there different versions of English? Why did you do that? You could have just not done that. Okay, that was my last pattern piece. And it's getting pretty late, so I think this is it for today. I'll be ending the stream here and I'll be back tomorrow around the same time, probably. Thank you all for hanging out with me. So yeah, I hope to see, some of you tomorrow. Bye.